Welcome back to another episode of The Blueprint, sponsored by Slow Burn Brakes. I'm your host, Calvin Custance. On The Blueprint, we interview talented athletes and they share knowledge that they have collected over their time playing their sport. From balancing life and relationships to recruiting and training, there is always something you can learn. This week's guest is Marcellius Avery, a wide receiver, running back, and safety hybrid from Fraser High School. He has 11 offers and is in the midst of a breakout season, totaling over 500 plus yards and 7 touchdowns so far. Welcome to the show, Marcellius. All right, so today we got Marcellius Avery, who is I want to call you an athlete, but like a receiver, running back hybrid. And you play safety on defense, you're playing everything out there. You got 11 offers, and you have a 4.4 40-yard dash, and then 500 plus all-purpose yards and 7 touchdowns so far for our Fraser Ramblers varsity football team. So, yes, sir. So first, before we get into anything, we're gonna talk about the get to know the person segment of the show. So first off, what's your favorite food?
I think I like chicken Alfredo the best. But if it's not that, most definitely spaghetti.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite class at school?
Probably English.
And then is there a reason for that, or is it just your favorite?
I just like the teacher. Mr. Flanagan. He's probably the best teacher in there.
I know. I have Flanagan for broadcast journalism, and he's
I was about to say, yeah, I know you got him. So, yeah, he's definitely the best teacher in there.
Yeah, I love Mr. Flanagan. And then do you have a favorite movie?
I like scary movies, so I think I'm going to go Insidious.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the series.
Yeah, I'm not a scary movie person. I was watching the trailer. Have you seen Smile yet? The one.
No, I'm about to go see that, and I'm about to go see Halloween too. I plan on seeing it this weekend.
Yeah, it's bad. I was like I had to plug my ears and cover my eyes. It's
you want to go see it?
No, I'm not gonna watch it. I could barely get through the trailer. I'm not gonna be able to watch the whole movie. Yeah, horror. I don't enjoy being scared. So I don't want to put myself through the whole movie if I'm just going to be cowering in fear the entire time. And then do you have a favorite sports movie?
Probably The Blind Side.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Like The Blind Side is like a why not movie.
Mm-hmm. I've read the book. The book I read I
read the book too.
I think I've read the book before I've watched the movie, but the book is really good.
The book is so movie accurate too. It's very accurate.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then do you have a favorite song or musical artist?
Probably Meek Mill or Drake. And if it's Drake, I go One Dance. And if it's Meek Mill, I go Pain Away.
I do know the first song, One Dance. I know that song.
Yeah, I love that song.
It's not often I know songs that that's I wouldn't is that considered rap or is that considered pop? Because I feel that song specifically is pop.
Yeah, it's more pop. I feel like Drake's stepping out his comfort zone with that one. That's why I like it. I like hearing him sing. I don't know why it's weird, but I like hearing him sing.
Yeah, I hear you. And then if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Probably Texas, just for the football aspect, because they breed dogs down there. Texas and Florida, they breed dogs.
Yeah, I know. Football's a lifestyle down in
that's what I'm
southern
saying.
states, Texas, Florida, Georgia, and then obviously California has some good.
Oh, yeah. All 3 states, they all breed dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely one of them states.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite animal?
Probably a snow leopard. I just like how agile it is and sneaky. Mm-hmm. I like that.
That's cool. And then do you have a favorite holiday?
Christmas, most definitely.
And what are some traditions you have for the Christmas season?
Cooking. We cook. I make the cookies, and then I eat the cookies. And then I like opening presents. Obviously, that's every kid's dream. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't make the cookies, but I do eat the cookies. I'll tell you that right now. I will be eating cookies all Christmas season. I'm an eater, so I'll just Christmas season. I'll tee off on a bunch of cookies and Christmas dinner. Yeah, Christmas dinner, bro.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know. And then, what are some of your hobbies outside of school and sports?
I like working. I like training. And I like working out. So basically just sports and keeping busy, basically.
I hear you. I hear you. So I've already mentioned obviously that you play football, but have you played or still play any other sports?
Growing up, I played lacrosse and baseball and soccer. And so I don't play those anymore. Obviously, once I started like feeling football and basketball, I kind of stuck to that. But yeah, I used to play those before.
And then when did you start playing football specifically?
I say like my first year of playing like organized football was when I was like 5 or 6. I played flag football. And then like the next year, I played on a tackle team.
And
So
then
yeah,
yeah, what program was that through? Because I've heard just a few different programs
the
like for the
tackle
tackle
team.
yeah.
The tackle, my first team was the Farmington Rockets. I don't know if you know where Farmington Hills is. It was out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And then I played for the Plymouth Can Steelers. And then I played for the Michigan Panthers.
Nice. And then would you say playing tackle at that young of an age, like what are some of the benefits that it offered you?
It makes you aggressive. I say it makes you aggressive. It makes you like you're not scared of contact. Growing up, that's all I know is playing football and getting hit. So I'm not ever gonna be scared of contact or going against bigger guys. So that's really what it gives you. It gives you like that feel for the game, basically, the natural feel.
hmm And then have you always played the positions you play now, or did you ever play anything different in those younger
Growing
leagues?
up, I was more of a quarterback than I'd play like running back sometimes. Cause where I'm from, we came from a T formation. We never really did spread. So I was always running the ball, never really caught the ball. But when I started getting older, I felt like that's when I'm more of transitioning to a receiver. But I still, of course, play running back sometimes whenever
hmm
coach asks me.
Yeah. And then so how much football college and professional football do you watch?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch no college team besides Michigan. I don't watch the NFL at all. I barely watch the Super Bowl. I just watch Michigan. If any team's playing, I'm not watching them. I'm just watching Michigan, literally.
Interesting. And then do you have any like professional or college athletes that you'll watch like either highlights of just to try to like get what they're doing and try to implement it to your game?
Yeah. There's a couple people. I watch Tavon Austin. Obviously, I watch Donovan Peoples Jones, Tyreek Hill, Deuce Vaughn. Those are kind of smaller guys with speed and they know how to use it. So I watch them and try to mimic their game and play after them.
What exactly have you taken from their game that you've tried to implement into your own?
Um, I think I've taken the ability to be quick on my feet, quick thinking, and be able to make plays when the play's dead, or so people think the play's dead, and be able to scramble and get out of trouble.
hmm
That's what they do very well.
So, when would you say that you considered football or just wanted to play football at the next level?
I say the end of my sophomore year. That's when I was like, okay, I really want to take this seriously. I want to go to college. I want to get a free education. And yeah, ever since then, it's been my dream just to play the next level anywhere.
hmm So, what would you say a regular off-season training day looks like for you?
Um, I would go to work out with Doug. If you know who Doug is, me and Merlot, we'd go up to Troy, work out with Doug at his gym. And then later in the day, I go to the field, do some conditioning, agility with Derek, run routes, get better on my breaks and cuts and all that.
hmm And then, how many days a week do you train?
During the off season or during the season?
During the off season.
Oh, during the off season, I was training every day, every other day. If not every day, it was every other day, most definitely.
And then, do you diet at all? And if you diet, what does that look like for you?
Um, if any, I wouldn't say I diet. I overeat. If anything, I try to eat as much as I can to gain more mass and to stay in the best shape while gaining mass. So yeah, I just eat as much as I can every day.
hmm And then, what are some specific drills or training methods that you found have worked specifically well for you that you'd recommend other people would pick up?
Um, Doing 100-yard sprints, just running back and forth should get you in shape. It gets you prepared for like in-game situations because you never know. You could have a breakaway touchdown. You got to be conditioned to be able to run as fast as you can the whole length of the field. I feel like doing that has helped me tremendously.
hmm And then, do you have a favorite exercise? Just out of curiosity.
Um, I like squatting. I love squatting.
hmm Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
Squat's one of the best like pound for pound workouts that you can do.
right. Yeah, I love squatting.
And so, who would you say are some of the biggest role models that you've had throughout your life and throughout your career?
I say early on, my first coach, Coach Hope, he is definitely the biggest role model. He inspired me to keep playing and keep going. And like he told me I'm always gonna be the littlest, but I gotta use that to my advantage. And that's like I feel like he just like gave me that poise to want to do what I do now. Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
A shout out to him. I ain't talked to him in like a year, but shout out to him.
Yeah. Well, luckily for you, I'm the littlest on the team, and Coach Ti will make sure to keep rubbing that in. He
Oh
will.
yeah. He
Oh
says that
man,
every day.
I know.
Every
Bro,
day.
smallest nose tackle he's ever seen. I hear that like every other day at the minimum. But yeah, but it's fun. I enjoy it.
It is fun. I would love to play nose guard, but Ti would never put me back there.
Yeah, you're too fast to play nose tackle.
Yeah. I
I don't
probably
have.
try to step at the ball.
Yeah. So, when would you say your college recruiting journey started?
Mm, I say I talked to my first coach, and I think it was a JUCO. I talked to him like right after sophomore year, going into junior year. That's when I first made contact, got on Twitter, and started sending out my film and getting some replies back. But yeah, that's when I first started. The end of my sophomore year, going into my junior year.
All right. And what was the first camp that you attended?
Um, March of 2020, there was a Rising Stars camp with I'd say over 50 colleges there. That was the first camp I ever attended. And I think I ran a 4.46, 4.5, 4.7 maybe. And yeah, that was definitely that was definitely the first one.
And then, is there any camps you'd recommend that players go to for both, like just having fun, learning, and getting their name out there for the college coaches?
Definitely. If you live in the state of Michigan, definitely the Ferris State camp that has as many coaches as you can find over the Midwest. Either that or any mega camp in the Midwest, you definitely want to go to those because it'll teach you a lot. You will learn from it and all that.
So, what was the first offer you received from a college coach, and what specifically does that look like for football?
My first collegiate offer was Adrian, and it was just like I got it after I attended the camp, and it was just like a humbling moment. It was like, okay, I know I can do it, so now I want to go farther.
Mm-hmm. So, what exactly are you looking for in your college search in the colleges or in the teams that you are looking at?
I'm looking for a program to where I can like play the role that I play now, be a wide receiver, running back, return man, hybrid, and just do whatever they need me to do and get as much clock as I can where they need me.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of the long-term goals that you have for both college or potentially beyond college?
Definitely to get my 40 to like a 4.3, 4.2 as fast as I can, to get my hands better and to overall just get bigger and stronger. That's like my main goal right now.
What are you most excited about for playing college football?
Um, to see the atmosphere of stadiums and to see more than a couple hundred fans with what we're used to see thousands of fans and bigger guys and older guys like with more experience. I'm definitely excited to see that.
Mm-hmm. So, do you know what you're majoring in college yet, or have you not decided yet?
Yeah, I want to major in biology, so I mainly talk to schools that have that major. Yeah.
Okay. And have you talked to players that are either committed or on the teams that you've received offers from?
Um, Not all the time. I talked to a couple of small time players who went to like Adrian, Siena, Lawrence Tech, a few of those schools, and they just tell me like it's not like high school at all. You got to work every single day. It's like a business, so you got to be committed.
Mm-hmm. And so, what's some advice that you would have for high school athletes, just in general?
Definitely younger people to get out there. If this is what you really want to do, you got to commit, stay in the weight room, get bigger, get smarter, and get more aggressive on the field.
And then, do you have any advice for players that want to play at the next level, whether it's like just training or getting their name out there? Like, what's some advice that you'd offer?
Yeah, to get their name out there, I'd definitely say get on Twitter, make highlight tapes every week, mid-season tapes, all that, and to get smarter, stay in school, and work to get your grades up so then you can apply to school so then they see you more.
All right. So now we're going to go back to my personal favorite portion of the interview, where we talk about your past accomplishments and just as fun topics on that. So first off, what would you say was your welcome to varsity moment?
I say sophomore year when I was practicing with varsity because we were doing a 5-quarter rule, and I was on defense, scout D, and I had to tackle Derek and Eddie, and they kept trucking me and running me over. That was definitely a welcome to varsity moment. That
yeah.
tackle.
Eddie, I never played with Derek. I started the year after he graduated, but I remember Eddie. I was at a point where sometimes I just wouldn't even try to tackle
That's what
him
I was
because
saying.
I was just beginning to play football and Eddie was just coming like a freight train. I was just like,
And he doesn't
just
try to juke or none of that. He just runs straight through you.
I know he just it's crazy. Like he's doing great at Alma right now. Like he's having
He's like
like
a basic
I know true freshman. He's having a heck of a season to start.
season. I think he had like 3 touchdowns last week alone.
I know.
Like,
I think I don't know how he did this weekend, but I know last weekend he had 185 yards.
yeah,
Is a
I
true
know.
freshman.
As a true freshman, that's crazy. That's something that I want to do. Like,
Yeah, exactly. But like just even watching the games last year, it's like you could see he was gonna have that success because he just puts his head down and works. And it's like I've never seen a player at the high school level that was like that hard to tackle.
yeah, I know. He would not go down. Like it just he was like the face of our offense. Everybody knew he was getting the ball and they still couldn't take him down.
Exactly. So who would you say is the best opponent that you've ever had to face? Whether it's a team, whether it's a specific player that you've played, or
Mm,
both.
growing up, I was on a team with these 2 kids, Brady Bakita and Beckler Hauser. And of course they were my teammates, but when I'd have to play against them, you could not take down Beckler. Brady was so shifty at a young age. They were just they were smart. Their chemistry was there. It was just those are definitely the hardest people I had to go against by far. At that young age, what they were doing was crazy.
Mm-hmm. And this one will make it hard for you. Who is the most talented teammate that you've played with?
Eddie, Eddie,
Yeah.
I get at Eddie most definitely.
Yeah,
What Eddie,
Eddie's ridiculous.
what Eddie can do, and it doesn't even have to be open field. He takes the ball, he puts his head down, and he takes it 85 yards through contact. Like it's just crazy.
I know.
Yeah,
It's so impressive. And the fact that he's doing that against college like
that's what
teams now, because like high school, like you can like get away with it sometimes. Like if you're just like physically just stronger, you can run through them. But just the college guys, he's just dragging them with him as a freshman. It's just insane.
yeah, it's
So,
crazy.
what coach or coaches have made the biggest impact on your career?
Um, I'm gonna go back to Coach Holt and his family, Coach Keith, and definitely Coach Glad.
Mm-hmm. And would you say you've had any setbacks or roadblocks that you've had to overcome, and how would you say you've overcome them?
Obviously last year I had to dismiss myself from the team for some off the field issues, and that was definitely facing adversity. So I just thought like, how can I bounce back from that and become the player that I know I am on and off the field?
Mm-hmm. And what would you say motivates you?
When people tell me that I can't, when people say that you can't do this or you're not supposed to be in this position and you got like all that stuff, that just tells me, okay, bet, watch this.
Uh, So, do you have any advice for people that are like going through the grind right now, trying to earn a starting spot? So, what's like the best advice that you'd have to offer them?
Put your head down and work. Don't talk back. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna get noticed by that coach, and he's gonna start you eventually. You just gotta put your head down and work every day. You gotta be consistent.
What are some things that have like helped you with hard times that you've had to go through?
Um, Football. Going up to the field by myself and working through the rain, through the snow, through the heat, all that. Just going up there trying to clear my head every single day. That definitely helps me.
What's the best way that you've found to balance school and sports?
Um, to communicate so that they know that it's stressful and they can help you with that. Like Coach Glad obviously knows. So they'll definitely help you if you just be vocal and communicate that it's stressful. They'll definitely help you.
And my final question that I have for you tonight: what's the hardest thing that you've had to overcome for your football career or outside of football, and how have you overcome that?
Um, I'm gonna go back to saying that adversity from last season. Overcoming that was probably the hardest thing I've had to go through on and off the field. So I feel like I've came back and I've set the tone, and I'm doing what I was supposed to do last year.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I've asked all the questions that I have for you. Is there anything that you'd like to add or anyone you'd like to shout out?
Coach Keith and Coach Hope.
All
No,
right, Marcellus, thanks for coming on.
no doubt. Thank you.
I appreciate it. I would like to thank Marcellus for coming on to today's show. He is an outstanding athlete and is a key piece of our team. If you're new here, catch up on all the episodes that you've missed. Make sure to leave a like and comment. As always, my name is Calvin Custance, and this is The Blueprint.